So I'm going to record 3 different videos for the patch notes. We're going to cover non-class changes, PvE class changes, and then PvP class changes. The main reason I'm doing this is because 7.1 is going to be kind of the PvP focused patch. So I'm expecting a lot of changes there. So in any case, let's dive right into it. This is going to be the non-class changes video. So let's get started. So I'm just going to go from the start, just keep going down. When we get to class changes, I'm just going to skip past the entire section. And then I'm going to be doing that later on in another video, just so that it's not just to farm engagement. It's part of it, I'll admit. But it's also so I don't end up with one massive long 1 hour mesh of a video to go through. I feel like it's better just to like divide it up into bite-sized pieces, even though these are going to be some chunky pieces. This is a big patch. So this is 7.1 Crossroads. This is going to include our first post MSQ story. This is going to be the first of 3 that's going to be like post Dawn Trail. This is going to be our first Alliance raid. This is also going to be a catch-up patch gear-wise. So we're not expecting a whole lot in job changes. If the section's really small, I might cover it here, even though I said I won't. No, I'm going to stick to it. I'm going to stick to saying I won't. I'm going to stick to that. So let's dive right into it. First things first, of course, we know there is new MSQ. We know that. It is going to start in Tuliolol, and then from there, good luck. I mean, we can see it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 quests total. I would expect most people are going to get this done in roughly, like, I would say most people get it done in 2 hours. It'll probably take me 3 or 4 on stream. Other people might be able to milk it out for longer, but I don't expect this to take too long. We also expect 1 4-man dungeon in here, and that's pretty much it. We're not expecting trials in here. In fact, the only trial we expect is 1 extreme trial. So we move on. When a new main scenario quest is available in the vicinity, its position is now indicated on the mini. Was that really not a thing? Has that not been a thing? That seems weird that that hasn't been a thing. But yeah, I guess it's only been like the arrow. It's never actually given an indicator saying that that specifically is the MSQ one. Okay, a little bit of quality of life. Kind of a weird, really? Anyway, Chronicles of New Era Quest, Echoes of Vanadil. This is going to be your 24-man Alliance raid. So this is going to drop 720 gear. This is going to be gear locked to 1 piece of gear per week. So, you know, I'll be honest, you really should only focus on this for only for like maybe gearing your off classes, or mostly for glam, because the other thing that's going to drop, this is going to drop, we'll actually even see here. Let's actually just go on because they're probably going to cover it. This starts in Tuliolol as well. So Tuliolol is going to have all of our stuff so far. And it's going to be 1, 2, 3, 4 quests. There's also a Pandemonium epilogue. I remember them talking about that. That's a little surprising, not gonna lie. Wow, they actually don't they'll probably talk about it later, and I'll probably get to it, but we expect this to drop a coin of some kind. This coin can be exchanged for either the twine or the glaze. The glaze will upgrade your 720 tome accessories, and the twine will upgrade your 720 armor pieces. Then there's one more piece called the brine that upgrades your 720 weapon. The coin can only be exchanged right now for a twine or glaze that'll upgrade your 720 tome weapon or your tome piece into a 730 tome piece. That's what you should be focused for gear, because a 730 actually is max item level right now. All right, bit of help there if you don't know. The Pelupela Allied Society quest has been added. Are we actually just calling it Allied Society? I could have swore they added a really weird name than just Allied Society. Maybe they decided like it was like Myriad Society or something like that, and they went to Allied Societies. Whatever. Most people are going to call it beast tribes anyway, because we're stuck in our old ways. I mean, for crying out loud, we still call things by coils of Bahamut terms. Anyway, that is being added. I thought that wasn't going to come until 7.5. I'm glad I'm wrong in that case. This is going to be good for people who want to gear up other jobs. This will be a set of like 5 or 6 quests, and then there'll be repeatable quests you do to earn reputation. You can do a maximum of 3 per beast tribe, or society in this case, and a maximum of 12 total, if I remember right. So it's just something you do daily. You get your rep up, you get stuff like a dance, you get this little emote here, you'll get a mount eventually later on. We're not sure which ones, but we have some theories, and etc, etc, etc. In addition, a Pelu Pelu base of operation added to Doc Poga. Oh, okay, so here's what the Pelu Pelu were, or not the Pelu Pelu, the Hanu Hanu. So this is where the beast tribe's going to be. A new village is going to open up there, and that's going to be the allied society hub. Okay, so wait, hold up, doesn't that mean there's going to be 4 Aetherites here? Because this is where the Hanu Hanu are. There's the new one. That's like the fire shed place or whatever that you get off from the dungeon here, and then Potsworn village is way over here. So there's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4 Aetherites on this area. I mean, who cares when push comes to shove? More convenience, more better. It's kind of weird though. They usually only do like 2 or 3. I mean, I should have done 5 in the last zone, but you know, why be convenient and make sense? Since you're gonna dice up your last zone into 5 easily digestible pieces, right? I digress. Not gonna lie though, the place looks good. I'm willing to bet this is gonna be like a later stage. Because the thing is with these society quests, they start off kind of like a little fledgling place, and as you progress and get your rep up, the location evolves more and more for you. Like if I sign in and look at my Endwalker quests on my blue alt cat that I use offline, or off stream I should say, all the places for the beast tribes are very, very well developed because I completed them all. Whereas on Eags, the character I use on stream, those places are barren. I haven't started anything there yet. But in any case, allied quests are comprised of main quests. Okay, yeah, this is pretty much going over exactly what I just said. There's gonna be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That's gonna be the starting one, and then it's gonna go on from there. These are gonna be ones for war and magic. Later on, we'll get one for hand and another one for land. Actually, land then hand, but I digress. So that's gonna be that. That's gonna be available. That's gonna really help with leveling up some jobs and also getting materia that you're going to need in 7.2. This will also sync all the way down to level 90. So you don't have to, so it's perfect for leveling up current jobs. In any case, it did also mention with the addition of this Aetherite, certain monsters' elite marks and treasure hunt coffers have been adjusted. So this will be the big one right here, the treasure hunt coffers. Treasure hunt maps are going to, that means that old databases of old locations are now invalid, at least for this map. Elite marks, certain markers, you know, it's not going to take long for people to figure that out. This one is going to take a bit, and there's going to be plenty of people who are going to rely on old bad information. I can already see it. Hopefully that gets taken care of on the community side of things. In any case, the following adjustments have been made to the quest progression settings. The option to hide nearby players will no longer hide friends by default. In accordance with this change, you may hide nearby party members. The also hide nearby party members has been changed to also hide nearby party members and friends. I've actually encountered this a couple of times because there's some NPCs that I just don't care about their quest, but then like a friend is standing next to them and I get too close and they just instantly have camouflage. It's like a weird cloaking device. It's kind of funny, I'm not gonna lie. The following adjustment has been made to quest completion window for quests with selectable rewards. The complete button now pressed without select a reward. A reward selection window will now display. This might help. Like this, I've grown to adjust the old way. This is going to drive me insane the first couple of times. This is a better way to go. Because way too often it's just like, click, 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 come on, let me go. Oh, click, go. I'd say everyone has been there. Can you see my mouse at all? I think you can. I don't know. I actually don't know if you can see my mouse or not. You can, okay. I now know. Now I know. So now you can go ahead and it will make you see, it'll make you select a reward after hitting complete, which, you know, that's fine. That's fine. And also the fact it'll say base rewards and then options separate. I think it does that currently. I don't pay close enough attention to that. Because it's just like, who cares? Just do it. But there we go. Following adjustments have been made to the duty list. Up to 10 duties can now be displayed simultaneously. 5 already is too much. 5 already is just way too much. It's so much clutter on the screen. Who is asking to have 10 show up? In any case, I mean, you can switch it. So, I mean, that's good. Up to 5 duties is displayed simultaneously by default, which is fine. It's just feels so, I mean, you know, it's not harming anyone because by default, it's the way it was. It's still a big old, but why? Who asked for that? It's very, very bizarre. Icons in the duty list can now be selected to perform emotes or open crafting log and quests from the 6.5x patches series and earlier. Certain quests may not support this feature. Oh, I think I recall like little icons for like certain emotes showing up on like the quest log thing. I could just click on those. That was like a thing that was added in 7.0. I thought that it just applied retroactively. I guess it didn't. So I guess now that works for all things, which neat. When using a controller, skip. I'll actually read it. When using a controller, the cursor no longer remain on the duty list after selecting an icon to complete the... I am just imagining on like the PS5, this stupid obnoxious arrow, the freaking mouse cursor just like hanging out, just like here. You're just like, go away. I'm actually curious how obnoxious this was, or if it was even noticeable, or if this was just something that happened very, very infrequently. When carrying out tradecraft guild levies, the icons in the duty list can now be selected to open the crafting log. What? Whatever. I'm sure it'll make sense when I'm forced to do a leave for Omni job. When accessing the map from your journal or duty list, the icon of the selected quest will now be prioritized over the icons on the map. Good. As an exception, a thread icons will be prioritized. Okay, that's fine. Main scenario, Dawn Trail Part 1 and Dawn Trail Part 2. Really? It's just 2 parts? There's like 6 achievements. There really are like 6 solid chapters, and we're really just going to make it Part 1, Part 2. Granted, there is a good Part 1, Part 2. No one's going to do Part 1. I almost guarantee it. Also, the role quests, if you are foolish enough to want to do them again, are now added. As well as the Pandemonium epilogue. I am very curious to know, how did we leave Pandemonium? Besides saying goodnight. Where's the heart? Actually, that might be it. That's like all I can... Maybe did we resolve the heart? Didn't we? No, that was Savage. And that's not canon. What did we do with the Heart of Sabik? Anyway, duty tab of the unending journey will not be categorized by expansions. Good. It's a mess to go in there anyway. New items are available for exchange for bicolored gemstones. Not too surprising. Treasure hunt maps. Rewards for the treasure maps have been adjusted, so there's new rewards and better chances for just the raw chest. You don't really care too much about that. What you really care about is the rewards for Cenote Jaja Garal have been adjusted. That is the portals that you actually do care about. Ooh, updates to grand and free companies. Ooh. Oh, it's just subs. The following additions have been added to subaquatic voyages. New maps been added, new areas, new items, and rank now goes up to 125. So now you're going to go ahead and spend roughly 3 weeks exploring the new stuff. Then you're going to have 2 of your subs go back to farming Infinite Gil because you went ahead and researched that and figured out what to do, and then have the other 2 go ahead and find all that new shit. Housing. The interior design of the estate can now be changed. I want to stress, if they do not, we are talking about the ceiling and default walls. That can be changed. That can be changed to Riviera style, Glade, Oasis, Far Eastern, Highland, and Minimalist. It seems like the only new one is the Minimalist style. And here's the important thing right here. Changing your interior style will automatically move all placed furniture into storage. The hours, days, and possible weeks you have spent tweaking your house by painful hand will be lost if you do this. Oh, that's good water. So be aware. You have to really want to do this. And considering the fact that we know in a later patch, I'm going to guess 7.3, we're going to be able to resize the interior of the house. It might be better off to wait until then to lose all of the furniture inside. You know, if I'm going to be wrong though, and it's actually 7.2 instead of 7.3, oh no, darn. Whatever will I do for being wrong in that regard? It's actually earlier. Darn. I think that's what everyone would prefer. If I'm going to be wrong, it better be like to our benefit. Players must have furnishing placement authority to renovate the interior. Okay, that's good. So you have to have high permissions inside the house in order to do this. So no one can be a complete fucking troll. Good. Good. In addition to new interior designs, you may also choose design or originating from any housing area. Furthermore, you are able to change your estate's interior design as many times as you like. Please note, however, please note, all furnishing will automatically be placed in the storeroom. Panic. Interior design cannot be changed if your state storeroom possesses insufficient space. Some places may have to wait until the item cap placement is raised. I don't think that's not happening this patch. That hasn't happened yet, has it? Actually, not sure. Why does it look like? Nah, whatever. That is now really distracting now that I saw that. Jeez. That is really weird. Anyway, enough of me being distracted by my own camera. New furnishing been added, specifically ones from the design contest. So we got a lot of this stuff kind of going on. I've already seen so many houses that just want to go ahead and just look like the outside has been brought inside. That's definitely going to see a whole lot of use. That's going to see a whole lot of use. The rest of this we'll have to see. You know, I wish though, things like that dartboard and that ring would be interactive. There are so many places that would just be in heaven if you could have a basement PvP arena. So many places try to operate an RP fight club. They would eat this up if this counted as a PvP arena, even though like any AoE covers the whole arena. An open face gazebo, and you know, we got some interesting stuff. And then new furnishing actually from in-house, including making your own classroom and chemistry set. That's definitely not going to be used in any. Look, this is going to be, their thought and intentions are wholesome. There are going to be people that use this wholesomely. There's going to be a lot more that don't. I just foresee it. New tree. This actually might be from Hanu. It's quite possible. I'm now actually trying to remember what kind of trees are out there. I remember things being kind of colorful out there. Maybe I'm just on way too much. I don't know. When was the last time we actually had outdoor furniture from a society quest? It actually might just be Moogles. So that might not be something to look forward to. New orc rolls, we kind of expect that. Location and duty names previously omitted to prevent spoilers will now be displayed. New aquarium fish have been added. New paintings have been added. New seed for flower pots have been added. They can be purchased from the usual suspects. New Manderville gold saucer. New prizes are available for purchase using MGP. We'll get into what I strongly suspect is the case for those. There are new cards for Triple Triad, including our two world bosses. The Sneck that I already forgot the name of, and the horror mascot that I'm just going to call Bucky, because everyone's going to Everyone either calls her by her actual name or Bucky. It's one of the two. Nightmare. Anyway, new NPC opponents for Triple Threat have been added. Regional rules now apply to matches in Merla Montorio. The following addition has been made to Doman Mahjong. Character voices have now been added. I still don't know why. Especially since like the character voices actually don't say Pon, Chi, Richi, or Ron, or Sumo. They don't actually say the things. They're just like generic little lines like to the victor goes the spoils or things like that. They had it on the actual promo site. I don't hate it, but I don't understand. That's the bigger thing to me. I do not understand what the point of this is. And I say that as someone who actually does enjoy Mahjong, even though it's a game that hates me. Enabling voices, go open the gold saucer menu and navigate to Doman Mahjong. Under Mahjong character voices, you may enable or disable the feature or select the desired character to be used during matches. All right, we have Alphino, Alizé, this is Thancred, Urianger, Y'shtola, the correct option, and Grahatia. And that's theoretically page 1 of 2. Interesting. A help button has been added to the Mahjong tab of the gold saucer menu for easy access to the rules of this Doman pastime. I am curious to see. Here's the thing, right? Mahjong is not something you can really teach with a manual. At least for me, and admittedly, learning for me is odd. Mahjong is definitely something you need to teach by just actually going ahead and doing the f***ing thing. There's really no other way. I mean, I could tell you, you draw 13 tiles. Every turn you draw a tile and then discard a tile, and then the objective is to get, 4 sets of 3. Those sets of 3 can either be three matching tiles or a sequence of the same suit. Like a 4 bamboo, 5 bamboo, 6 bamboo is 1 set of 3, or 4 bamboos, and then your hand must also contain a pair, and that's pretty much what contains a winning hand, except when the hand is not worth any points, and then you're just fucked. You actually need to know the hands. Mahjong is not a very approachable game, unfortunately, and it's one that I feel you need to know way too much to get into it. And even as someone who knows how to get into it, it's just like, can you teach me how to do Mahjong? I can. How much time you got and patience? I'm actually legitimately curious. Anyway, miscellaneous. The following addition has been made to duty support. We have duty support for Halatali. They're also probably going to say later on that Halatali boss have been changed, which good. The new dungeon, Yui Yawada Field. Nailed it. They'll also have duty support. Following addition has been made to Wondrous Tales. Oh boy, how is Chloe going to f*** me today? Prize is available in exchange for gold, silver, and bronze certificates have been adjusted. That's not too surprising. The positions of Chloe's silver certificate of accommodations ×3 and Chloe's gold certificate of accommodations have been switched to 3 lines of the. It's always been at 3. It's always been at 3 lines. As a result of this change, players level 60 to 90. Oh, I should just read. And then the answer is given to you. What a novel concept that is. As a result of the change, players level 60 to 99 may now select Chloe's gold certificates of commendation as a reward for completing 3 lines of their Wondrous Tales journal. Could they not before? I admit I didn't start doing Wondrous Tales until I reached max level, so I'm a little surprised. Huh. Interesting. Following duties have been added to Wondrous Tales M1 and 2 or M3 and M4 as pairs. The following raids have been grouped together. Let's see here. All of the Pandemoniums are now Asphodelos is 1 set, Abyssos is 1 set, and Anabasios is now 1 set. Makes sense. This seems to be something they kind of just do as things progress on. The current raids, they want you to either do 1 or 2. Why, I don't know. I think it's just to force more variety. But then the older ones are willing to go, yeah, just do any one of them from the tier, whatevs. Following changes have been made to objectives, completion of the dungeon specific range levels. All right, what do we got? Okay. So before, it's A Realm Reborn leveling, Heaven's Ward leveling, Stormblood leveling, Shadowbringers leveling, and Brain. I can Brain, I swear. Dawntrail leveling. No, that's Endwalker leveling. Yeah, that's Endwalker leveling. They have now been consolidated. They are no longer separated by expansion. A Realm Reborn is still separated 1 to 49. That's fine. There's plenty in there, plenty of optionals. Heaven's Ward and Stormblood ones now, 51 to 79, are all in one. This also would seem to imply, well, no, it's leveling dungeons. So it implies that it includes the level 60 dungeons, but that's not a leveling dungeon. That's a high level dungeon. I wonder how many people are going to be confused by that. If it ends in an O, a 0, it is not a leveling dungeon. If it ends in a 0, it is a high level dungeon. That's how I remember it. That's also very good for when you're leveling. Like if you're level 90, you don't want to pick a level 90 dungeon to grind. You want to pick a level 89 dungeon to grind. That's actually going to get you the most EXP. Technically, actually, what I just said is also wrong. You actually want to pick a Gallia. That's going to give you the most EXP, but I digress. Anyway, I think that's going to confuse some people. We'll see how that goes. Well, it hasn't been made to Fox Hollows. The Unreal Tribe feature is no longer disabled. The available trial has changed. It is now the Jade Stoa. And here it is. New items are available in exchange for Fox Leaves. It is this one. This also means that I can look forward to 7.2 having someone other than the Jade Stoa. The Jade Stoa is such a long extreme though, man. That phase change phase is really cool the first time, but holy smokes does it get old. I'm really hoping that for the Unreal, they just did away with the phase change and just have like a short cutscene instead. But they won't. They won't. That's just me huffing a whole lot of hopium. Duties that can be recorded have changed. Who uses this feature? Ah, excellent. I can record Thalia, but none of the other two. I could still record freaking Workla Lador. Record Lador. I can record Valley Garmanda. I can no longer record Seralja, but I can record the Interfos. These are all the regulars, by the way. There's no extreme, but now I can record M4S. Why? I think I'll just continue to use OBS to record my stuff. Thank you very much. I have heard nothing but bad things about the Duty Recorder. I have never touched it. And this might be why. It looks awful. The show on map subcommand has been added to the sightseeing log to allow players to review locations of recorded spots. Good. That helps a lot for people helping other people. New hairstyle inspired by the FF14 hairstyle design contest is now available. Okay. Someone will like it. It's not for me. A new hairstyle has been added to Vieira. It's fine. I mean, it is what it is. New hairstyle has been added for Hrothgar. Again, it looks fine. Different hairstyles have been added for male and female characters. RIP. New emotes have been added. The ability to just straight up be a bartender. The following emotes now be used while you're sitting on the ground. Whoa. Only your character's upper body will move. I wonder if like day one, a lot of these will just glitch out on someone's, because I want to say like some people's back actually have them physically move. So I do wonder if it's gonna cause like some weird glitchiness going on there. Most of the following emotes have been adjusted while you're sitting on the ground. Greeting, goodbye, thumbs in. Okay, neat. This we're skipping. There's a lot actually. I'm glad I decided to skip it. New dungeon. Item requirements gonna be 690 and above. This is gonna be a problem for literally no one. 690 is your artifact gear. You do not need to gear anything in order to do this. The next one you will, though. So work on your gear. The drop rate for minions from the treasure was increased from Katisa's Hyperbolia, the Altea Scope, and the Dead Ends. Neat. If you're trying to harvest the world of those minions, it'll be easier. But not the Hippo. That one is staying the same. New Extreme Trial, Fiend's Burden. That's going to require item level 710 to go ahead and take part in. So, crafted minimum 60 minutes, really? That seems short. Weren't the other extremes like 90? I mean, it's just an extreme, so whatevs. It's not like there's a checkpoint or anything. Still seems kind of weird. You need to go ahead and complete the main scenario quest. No. Who would have thought? Do you need to go ahead and beat the final boss in order to take on the extreme version of the final boss? Shut the front door. Items can be exchanged upon talking to yada yada in Solution 9. All things you want that are high-end are in Solution 9. Jade Store Unreal, we pretty much already knew this. Item level 695. You actually will need some gear to get in there. Wait. Is this supposed to say item sync? So 690 is going to get you in. You will sync down to 695. There's no way to get 695 gear, is there? Because uncapped tomes are 70. Artifact is 690. Current experts drop 690 accessories. Normal drops 710, which is about to have its cap removed. Tome is 720, or cap tome is 720. And Savage is 730. Maybe this will drop 695. Man, now I'm not sure. I wish I could actually go and check in Endwalker if Alzadal's Legacy dropped item level that was 5 above artifact. I imagine that's not the case. It's probably actually going to drop 700 if I had to guess. Maybe 715 just to really mess with it. No, I don't know. In any case, items, I assume that means item sync 695, then they just typo. In any case, you'll need to talk to Mr. Fox, and that's going to be at Idleshire. Good luck. Weekly restrictions on Arcadian Light Heavyweight Division has been removed. This only applies to the normal. Savage still has a weekly lockout. The number of light heavy hollow blades required to exchange for the Universal Tomestones reduced from 7 to 4. So that means you only have to do M4 normal 4 times to get your 720 weapon, and you can do them all back to back to back to back to back. You don't have to wait 7 weeks. That lockout is now gone. The Alliance Raid, Juno, the first walk has been added. That's our new 24-man. That also requires item level of 695 and above. So you will actually need to go ahead and get at least a couple pieces of gear before you can take part in it. And that'll be available starting at Tuliolol. Pretty much everything we kind of expect there. Parties will be matched automatically. 1 tank, 2 healers, 5 DPS. There are no role restrictions in preformed alliances, but you will need to go ahead and fill out all of them if you go ahead and do so. That's one thing they don't mention. You only receive 1 piece. You can receive only 1 reward item per week completing the duties of Juno, the first walk. In the event you are awarded an item from the loot list, you relinquish your right to V. What? I am not smart enough to know what this word is, which I'm 90% certain is a typo. You relinquish your right to roll for all remaining items, regardless of whether you select any or agreed. Resets every Tuesday at midnight Pacific. Each alliance will receive its own chest. Completion duty will receive an old Ordell coin. This is the ones I was talking about. This will be used to enhance equipment purchased with elegant tomestones of heliometry. We refer to these as tome up, bringing your 720 tome gear to 730. To start with, it will be just accessories and armor pieces. Later on, probably about right when the chaotic raid drops, it should also allow the ability to get your weapon as well. Or orchestrion rolls. Okay. Tattered sheet music found in the treasure chest of Juno the First Walk can be exchanged with the particular goblin in Lower Juno. So Lower Juno is going to be a place we can go to for special orchestrion rolls relating to Echoes of Vanadil. Interesting. A lot to take in there. So raw or orchestrion rolls will not drop. Instead, just tattered ones will that can be exchanged. So I guess that means there's just to be torn ones that are just generic, and then you just turn those in to get ones. They aren't like tattered ones like we have for the extremes where I got to go bring out the alchemist to go turn them into usable ones. Okay. I said I was going to skip stuff so that this wouldn't end up being an hour, and here we are 44 minutes in. Hopefully the removing silencing thing shortens this down significantly. Items required to enhance equipment purchased with elegant tomestones of heliometry, Surge Twines and Shoreline Twine and Shoreline Solvent can be purchased from the following vendors. This is not solvent. This is glaze. I'll just tell you that right now. Because there's no way they're going to give you the solvent, which upgrades your weapon, before they give you the glaze, which upgrades your accessories. It's always the tier of accessories first, then armor, then your weapon. That's how it is in Savage. That's the order they do it here. That's how they've always done in the past. This is a typo. Quite a few typos, in fact. Or this patch is going to be really wild. Upgrading equipment, yeah. It is what it is. Apologies made to the raid finders. Fiend's Burden, Jade Stoa. And the category Chaotic Alliance raid has been added, but there isn't a Chaotic Alliance yet. We're going to get that on December 24th. I'm still super not stoked about that. Following duties have been removed from the duty finder, or have been moved to the duty finder. This is Worklador Extreme and Everkeep Extreme. So those are no longer in the raid finder. They are no longer in what's considered high-end duties. They are now regular duties, which means you can also unsync them. Which, did they even have an item level sync? I don't even know. The option displayed when speaking to the Wandering Minstrel in Tuliola to unlock duties has been adjusted. I assume that's just to add the new one. Players will now receive Power of the Echo in the event all party members are incapacitated in the following trials: Worklador, Everkeep, and the Interfos. This is the normals. Wait, we didn't get Echo in the normals? I just assumed they would have. Anyway, Echo effect up to a maximum of 50%. Worklador Extreme and Everkeep Extreme now has an Echo effect, 5% up to 25. Neat. Expert will now have 4 dungeons in it. I wish it would stay that way. It will not. In 7.2, it'll be down to 2. And then I'll be sad. And now your average item level must be higher. It must at least be 790. God, that's going to make it really awkward. If you're just coming out and you need 690 accessories to even start doing extremes to get your tomes, ooh, that can get awkward. I guess nothing's stopping you from doing the other ones. It just seems awkward. Anyway, I digress. Duties been added, Juno, and yada yada yada. Item average loader required for Mentor Roulette if you're a masochist has now been increased to 695 to be that masochist. Fiend's Burden has been added to Stone, Sky, and Sea. You should be doing that so you can also know that your DPS is not sufficient enough. Alatali boss have been adjusted because they had to, because they realized they were drunk and made of rushing dumb when they made those bosses, and they realized that when they added duty support, so those bosses will no longer feel like they were made in the Dark Ages. My personal favorite is still the lizard that just turns the floor into pure purple and then says, everyone get on the hill while you go target lightning ads. Those bosses were not fun. It was just like, yep, they're there. All the novice, do it. Do it. Do it. You know who you are. New stuff in the Hall of Novice has been added to go teach you how to not suck. Go to the Hall of Novice and not suck. Even you experts, TM, go to the Hall of Novice and not suck. I'm going to be going to the Hall of Novice to prove that I don't suck. We should all go to the Hall of Novice to prove that we don't suck. There are 3 new sets of trials in the Hall of Novice that explain more modern mechanics and teach you things that were needed to be taught long ago. So, huzzah, huzzah. After completing the main scenario quest, Heart of Fire, speak with a smith at an adventurers guild with a disciple of War or Magic at 49. You may also access these exercises via Hall of the Novice under the duty section of the main menu. There are 3 exercises in these new ones. Oh, 49. Wow. Dang. You know, you're almost ready to take on the ultimate weapon. You've killed 3 gods. You're ready to kick out the Empire out of our homeland. But you're still a freaking rookie, so learn stack markers. Lore-wise, it's kind of funny, I'm not going to lie. Lore-wise, it's hilarious, actually. PvP! How much has changed in here? Skip. Okay, items. These are the new. This is the new gear that was added to Echoes of Vana'diel. The joke weapons. Remember how earlier I said that new rewards are added to the gold saucer in exchange for MGP? We strongly suspect these are the ones. All these joke weapons, of which every one of them is hilarious except for the Darknet one that actually looks awesome. Okay, so does the Gunbreaker one too, but that's still a meme. I'm sorry, the Dragoon with the cat tickler. They're all so dumb. I love it. I love these things. But yeah, these are most likely made available in the gold saucer. I hope you have MGP stacked up. If not, well, it's time to do your weekly fashion report. And I like how Blue Mage is just are they separated out? All right, this is all of our fending. This is all our healers. That's most of our melee. Yeah, it's not actually separated by gear. That's some of our melee, because otherwise Viper and Ninja would be together, and then Dragoon and Reaper would be together, and these two would be together. Samurai and Monk. The freaking shark mitts. Our fizz range, our casters, and you're not a real class. Anyway, new recipes have been added. I guarantee you these are gonna be drops within the Herder maps. Although it says recipes added in 7.1 will be listed. Oh, recipes added will be added at a later date. Yeah, whatever. The following item name change has been changed. The Ronique Horn token has been changed to the Mount token. Planning on making this this token exchangeable for a different mount? On top of that? What are you plotting? What are you up to? Following items now have 2 die channels. Are these the deep dungeon weapons? Oh, the Manderville weapons. Ooh. There's a lot of stuff that just got to do. Oh my god. You know what? Check your favorite weapon. It might have just gotten 2 die channels. Holy smokes. This list is half the patch notes. Holy cow. Following items now going to be equipped regardless of gender. Neat. Icon for Rival Wings and Wings of Resolve item. Wings of Ruin. I'm sorry. Not Rival Wings. Wings of Ruin and Wings of Resolve have been adjusted. The mount icons remain unchanged. The icons for faces we wear items have been used to unlock faceware are now ununified. Okay. Armor now divides items into subcategories within each tab. Neat. Okay. This drives me nuts. Because I have like every piece of artifact gear, but they refuse to go in my armor. And it's taking up so much space in my glamour dresser. And this drives me knucking futz. I need to figure that out someday. Outfit glamour feature has been added to the glamour dresser. This means that if you have pieces that are part of a set, they might have the option to be bound into a set. So they only take up 1 slot in the glamour dresser instead of 5 or 4. Like this varsity set is 4 pieces. You can merge them all together and they'll just be 4 pieces instead of being, 4. You lose the die though when you do this. That'll be, you can find that on that right there and then specify which ones and so on and so forth. The outfit glamours, yeah, you'll have to re-dye the items after they've been put on. If you do them on the glamour plate, I mean, then you're fine because the glamour plate will store dye, and that's, my opinion, the better way to go. But we have so few glamour plates, man. Yoshi P, give us another 10, please. Okay, thanks. We have more classes than we do glamour plates now. I thought we're supposed to look pretty. In any case, certain items can now be sold, desynth, and submitted for expert delivery missions. Basically, the stuff that's now considered obsolete, your item level 710 stuff, can now be sold and desynthed. Sets of items may now be purchased from shops in increments of 999. God, thank God. having to go through and purchase grade 6 dark matter 10,000 times to begin mass producing Magitech repair kits is infuriating. Now that I can only have to do it 10 times instead of 100 times, much better. I'll especially appreciate now that I actually use other sets of dark matter, because now my crafter is high enough I can actually repair my own stuff. Woohoo! Shop UI has been unified. We'll see what that means when we actually get in. When crafting, actions can now be executed directly from the calculations window. Interesting. I don't know who asked for that, but I like that. I don't hate it. Following change has been made to the crafting log. Filter settings have been added to the gathering log. They need a new proofreader. Filter settings have been added to the gathering log and enabled the option of hiding previously gathered items. Okay. So if you're going through and trying to go for completion, and also to make sure that because your retainers can only gather what you've gathered, if you want to make sure that there's nothing they can't gather, well, you can do that. I'm in favor of it. I like it. A lot less infuriating that way. Crafted 710 gear can now be exchanged for 720 equipment that should still be pentameltable, I think. All you need is Everkeep certificates of grade 1 import and Everkeep rain. The way this works is convoluted as shit, and everyone dislikes it, but the people who know how to do this are very meh on it. What you need is the confirmed number of Everkeep certificates of import. I believe you get the certificates by turning in your crafted piece, and then you get the Everkeep rain by spending uncapped tomes. Everkeep certificates of grade 1 import can be received in exchange for... yep, I was right. I then speak with the ring to exchange elegant tomes of aesthetics, the uncapped tomes for Everkeep rain. Requiring the requisite materials, you can get your desired pieces. So it's very weird the way they do this, and it's very convoluted. But by turning the gear into certificates and then being naked for a little bit, you can also make it so that your old crafted pieces, for say caster in my case, could then be used to swap over to healer, like say the sage I just got to 100, so that now the sage has 720 gear, whereas before they had just 690, just the artifact gear they had. New items been added to gathering points, no surprise. Filter things been added for the gathering log. What the So up here they actually did mean crafting log. God it. Oh yeah, we also should have new crafting equipment. I want to say it's going to be all left side, and it's probably going to be item level 700. So you'll have 690 crafted accessories, and then level 700 armor and tools, I think. So there is going to be some extra gearing to do, and a lot of crafters are probably going to wait on that, to be perfectly honest. There's going to be a lot of stuff to prepare for Fru in 2 weeks first, and then they'll worry about the crafted stuff, because you don't need it to craft anything right now in theory. You will want that when Master Recipe Book 2 drops in 7.2. Well, it's not exactly, you know what I mean. New gathering points, new filter, we already went over that. New fishing holes have been added. When fishing, exclamation marks will still appear overhead, regardless of whether battle effects have been limited or disabled. That was a thing that could happen? I was unaware. Level cap for Desynth has been increased from 710 to 720. New mounts have been added. We have the Buff Tar. I suspect this is going to be from Pelu Pelu quests, but this is on a different continent than the Pelu Pelu, but that's our best guess right now. New Chocobo Barding. Listing order of mount guide has been adjusted. You can now organize by category. Anyway, new menu has been added. We have a bun. We have Toucan Sam and his Fruit Loops. New fashion accessories going to be available from Pelu Pelu. New faceware, most likely going to be available from Pelu Pelu. Graphical update. This is going to be a big one. Read more about our response for player character models. There is also going to be a free file of Fantasia Available from the Watering Moogle in Old Gridania. So when first thing you log in, I'm telling you this right now. The first thing you do when you log in, you're going to Old Gridania. You're going to get this Fantasia. Because that is going to be gone at the start of 7.2. Do it now. Don't procrastinate on this. Don't. Because you're going to forget. I'm going to forget too. Graphical details for the following gear has been improved. Ooh. A lot of Scion stuff. Adjustment made to certain NPCs. Love to see if anything's noticeable. I'm actually curious if the X-Arc got improved. Because there are some parts of the X-Arc that was pretty bad. Lens transparency has increased for certain eyewear. I'll have to see it in game. Because this looks like we've removed the lens entirely. And I've had a character that wears glasses that actually didn't have any lens because they were the old circular mithril specs. And they did not have lenses. They were just fully transparent. And I liked the newer ones because it actually looked like, oh my god, I have real lenses now. Now, in certain poses, light actually reflects off them and you can get good effects. If that's gone, I don't know. We'll see. We'll see. We'll see. Transparency effect on the following gear. Oh, important. I mean, okay, fair. So clearly what they did here when they coded this is that's just this texture with no transparency. And it's just like obvious, like in the case of this dark. Was it really that bad? Holy smokes. Was it really that bad? That you just had like dark tan fishnet legs on dark skinned Aura? Yeah, now it's more accurate to their skin tones, keeps their tattoos, and I'm guessing if I scroll past here for the Aura, we see their scales. Yeah, we can see it right there. Yeah, good improvement. Good improvement. Transfer effective benefit on all the following gear. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. What on earth on those leggings needs to be more transparent? Oh, I'm guessing the stockings. I hope it's the stockings. Anyway, Gaya's attire. I assume this is all stockings related. The appearance of female Hrothgar's arms when wearing the following gear has been adjusted. Oh boy. Character toe detail when wearing the following foot gear has been improved. Oh no. Oh no. Good news. You no longer need to break the law to get better grippies. The list is so long. What the frick? Oh, okay. So remember how earlier I was talking about the X-Arc? One of the things that was like really noticeable with him was the fact that he had like stubs for feet. Like it was clearly like it was here, where it's just like we painted toes on like a boot. Like it looked awful. So now they've updated it and it looks closer to being actual toes. I am going to say closer though, because there's no toenail on that big toe. Also, thank you, Square, for having me put this much detail into seeing paying this much attention to people's toes. This was not something I needed. The following has been adjusted when have been made to the tilt effect when moving. Character tilt when turning has been added. Character tilt when turning while riding a mount has been added. Mounting and character tilt can now be toggled on. This is the big one right here. Because a lot of people were saying that the current tilt we have of the banking going back and forth on a turn was too much for them and make them feel a bit motion sickness. To me, that seemed a little. I've never heard of anyone with that kind of motion sickness. That's news to me. But I mean, if it's affecting people, then yeah, please give us the option to turn it on and off. I don't see a reason why not, you know? So all in all, yeah, good stuff. Good improvement. The speed at which certain mounts tilt has been decreased. Okay, this is actually important because I've noticed things on like the car, for instance. If you turn a little bit, whoa, whoa, it's bad. It looks like it's about to fall out of the sky. So I imagine it's stuff like that's being added. Vegetation in the following areas have been rendered to higher resolution. Ooh. So as you can see, we trimmed these branches over here. Those can all off. And we also went ahead and let this part here grow higher. And this over here also went ahead and right off. No, in all seriousness, good stuff. You know, they weren't kidding when they said they were pushing this out in phases. And this actually makes a lot more sense because there were sections that was just like, is this really graphically updated? Really? Is this really graphically updated? Public areas, duties, island sanctuary. Ooh, people are going to actually have to go back to the island sanctuaries and start updating stuff. Ooh, oh, housing areas. Oh, this was one thing that drove me nuts when I logged in on launch day, because my alt, I just have her log out in and out at her house, and finding out the grass was still at like 160p was incredibly disappointing. So to see that is being tweaked, ooh, good stuff. Good stuff. Following adjustment made to certain objects found in 2.0 areas. Number of objects have increased. Polygon count, texture resolution. How long until PS4 is not allowed at all? Public areas. Right. Before. Dang. Added a lot. Man, these stalls are going to look so good. I'm not going to finish the Savage tier. This entire patch, I'm just going to spend G-posing. That's it. That's my new life. G-posing in front of all the other stuff. Now, this is disappointing, though. Look how good it looks. This looks so good. It's so much more lifelike, so much more beautiful. But everyone now has Vesper Bay tickets to the degree of hundreds, and they'll never need to go ahead and go down this place to pray thee return to the walking sands. They'll never see this. Feels bad, man. Before, number of shadows cast in rooms in the following areas have been increased. Oh, okay. Okay. It's the lighting in the back. I see what they're doing. Anything else? Yeah, it's just lighting and how the area's going. Good stuff. Good stuff. In order to serve a contestant, we will be implementing multiple field instances into Leola Solution 9 and newly added. No, we're back to multiple instances in Solution 9. No. Showing a heritage round going down to 2 instances. Corpacha, Yaktel, and Living Memory are no longer separated into multiple instances. When you use the Estedian, the haircut Crazy Man, earrings and necklaces currently being worn will now displayed when equipped is selected. That wasn't a thing before. Retainers, you can now see how many slots are filled and how much gil they currently have. Neat. Just in the menu. No longer having to just hit that. All right. New achievements have been added. We'll just skip past that. You know what you're doing. Following the recent 7.1 singular actor oh, okay. Yeah, it's gonna look for whatever the current Unreal is. Okay, neat. An icon will be displayed next to recently used Aetherite shards in the Aethernet window. Number of kills required for specific hunts are now displayed in the recommendeds list. Okay. I almost never look at the recommendeds, so maybe now I actually will. You can now adjust the position of where you are in the characters list. How many people got banned for using an add-on that did this for them? Look, anytime I see like a UI tweak like this, it always seems to be because of a mod that got really popular, and then someone was caught streaming with it, then got banned, and then they added to the game. Like, it's happened every other time there's been a UI change. So who was it this time? Maybe it was no one. Maybe this was of their own volition. You can find that in the social thing. I'm gonna be honest, I'm probably not gonna do it. All my macros and whatnot are specially tweaked for how it is right now, and I don't think I could do it to myself for that. Following categories can now be selected when recruiting for cross-world parties, fates, treasure hunt, and hunts. Doesn't matter. Confirmation window option recruiting for a cross-world party. Following additions can now be made to the client window. Category yada yada. Those are for custom deliveries, right? Yeah, I think. Right? Yeah. Instant portraits can now be updated when updating or swapping gear sets. All right, this was something that I saw and I didn't quite understand when people showed it to me and then said, Eagle, you have no excuse now because your portrait. To which I'd say, you, tell Square to get off their asses and make a better fucking portrait system that doesn't break and doesn't frickin' give me no warning that it broke. Because even when I check it, there was no fucking exclamation mark next to fucking anything. If the gear shown in the save portrait differs from what you have equipped after the update or swapping gear sets, you can update your instant portrait to have in the displayed window. Adjust this setting by checking or unchecking the use as instant portrait option in the edit window. When the setting is unchecked, your instant portrait will not be updated automatically. So I'll have to see it in game. I'm not wrapping my head around this. Because like I have like 30 some odd portraits and each one of them are assigned to a gear set. Does that mean this window is going to pop up every single time I swap sets? Or is this going to pop up only if I'm changing gear and it's, I don't know. I'll have to see how it looks in game. New accents have been added. Neat. Oh, hey, look, there's one for every single Astro. Also, these are definitely going to be PvP rewards. New portrait accents for the adventure blade added. The following has been made into group poses. If your G poses look like this, stop it. Get some help. Your G pose should not be more sticker than positioning. Oh god. New stickers have been. Oh well, that's why it's all sticker. Whoo! That is a lot of sticker. Let me tell you. Patch logo frame has been updated with the 7.1 logo. When adjusting roll angle settings and camera tilt settings, now roll angle settings will reflect based on certain effects. Certain motions will be recorded and repeated using set intervals. Okay. Right, they made it so now you can fish in G pose. Volume addition has been made the currency window. Currency categories now switch via icons, and the currency category name is displayed on each tab. So it looks like we have more tabs, but fewer currencies on each tab, I think. Well, no, this is gonna be our usual consumables, like these right here. That's gonna be our combat tombstones and bicolors. That's gonna be our scripts, and then Beast Tribe. So I think that's actually not very far off from what we have currently. I think. I'm not sure. Society's Dawn Trail category has been added. Okay. Well, that's what got added. So that's just Dawn Trail societies. Mentor renewal period has ended. Your Burger King crown is dead. RIP. The following features can now be applied to the Baldessian Arsenal. Wait, what? The following feature will now be applied to the Baldessian Arsenal, CLL, and the Dalradia when using Blacklist. Blacklist of characters is, if a Blacklist character is present, their name will be displayed as unknown, even if they are not a member of your party. Communication from a Blacklist character using say, yell, and shout will be displayed as a default message instead. Okay then. Following text commands have been added. New emotes, attend, water, shake, drink, and then of course, Hokali, which is going to be from the Beast Tribe quest. Society quest. We talked about this earlier. The ability to change tilts. Presets have now been added, going all the way up to 4K if you have an insane enough GPU. I don't, because I don't feel like having my entire electric bill going to a 4090. Duty under the HUD layout is set to on by default. Okay. Volume adjustment made to data center travel. When selecting an unavailable destination, the reason the world cannot be visited will be displayed. Visit less than 2 minutes and less than 3 minutes option has been added to the thing. Is there a way to just make it so I can enter a long ass queue to join a data center so that I don't have to worry about, you know, going back and forth on the freaking menu? Go ahead and get my goddamn re-clears and freaking primal because Aether is always closed. And there's no PF on Hallie or Crystal. Just saying. Just been named the auto translations, additions, yada yada, new trophies, new music. I'm glad I re-recorded that for that review. English voice dialogue in certain scenes have been adjusted. There is only one scene that stands out that desperately needed work in the English voice dialogue. There's only one that stands out. There might be a few others that got tweaked. Maybe they went ahead and added a different music to building a land missile. Maybe Smile is not exactly the best appropriate track for building a land missile. But I'm willing to bet they went ahead and took the voice actress for Wook Lamont, sat her down and said, okay, we f***ed up when we told you how to say this line. We forgot to tell you that you're about to be crushed and need to give it a lot more emotion. Get a lot more oomph than Sphene, listen to me. I don't care what, like, some people blame the voice actor. I'm sorry, the voice actor's been fantastic except for that one scene. That one scene, they clearly just absolutely did not give her the right direction. Anyway, new additions have been made to the character selection. Current data center is now displayed. Players can now change data center via the world select window. Okay. That might make things... I'm drawing a blank right now, so I'm not sure. A prompt reminding players to create a backup has been added. Oh yeah, a part of this is also now backing up and importing character settings between characters. So now, if I got a setting I really like on Blue Cat, I can just move it straight over to Eags instead of having to try and recreate it exactly and then find out I went ahead and fucked it up. Character settings can now be copied between various characters. Same thing, yada yada. That's what I just described. That's all right there, and you can go ahead and actually select exactly what you want. Oh, ooh, that's nice. That is nice. Physical data center containing the selected logical center is now displayed on the home world selected of the character. The game logo and opening movie displayed when launching the game will now change according to the character progression to the main scenario. If both characters are present on the same service account, the setting will be determined by the character who has the furthest, who has progressed the furthest. Ah, no, creating a level 1 for me and reliving all of that from the get-go. Rip. Oh well, that's nice though. That's nice. If I ever convince my dad to go ahead and try the quickly acclaimed MMORPG Final Fantasy XIV with a free trial up to level 70, including the free expansion Stormblood with no restriction on playtime, if I ever convince him to do that, it'd be nice for his experience. Not gonna lie. Final Edition has been made to the launcher. It's also great for the people who wonders like, am I in Shadowbringers yet? No, you're not. You're still in Stormblood. But throw wide the gates. Nope, you're still in Stormblood. Oh come on, that's still that's basically Shadowbringers. Nope, it's still Stormblood. Still, there's basically you're there, and then there's you're actually there. Now there's no arguing. Do you have the login screen yet? No, you're not there yet. New backgrounds have been added. You may need to select which background you want. Neat. The buy 14 coins concern. So the coins, if I'm not mistaken, this is for the, they even say it's for the Xbox Series X and Series S versions only. This is specifically how you add game time for the Xbox versions, and it's clearly something they had to do with their contract with Microsoft. If you can find a way around using that, do it. That's my opinion. Because I'm right, there's like a 20% tax on using those versus any other method of adding playtime. Resolved issues. How long is this going? This is an hour and a half long. The issue when undertaking the Pictomancer mind over manner, where players receive experience from the enemies, yada. Issue when using warrior PvE action thrill of battle, where an increased health potency did not apply to bloodwetting or nascent flash. I never noticed. Wow. Even more healing for my unkillable axe cat. I'm okay with that. A bunch of little things have been addressed. We're just gonna scroll through it because we'll be here forever. Known issues. An issue with New Game Plus where unlocking the okay then. Issue when challenging a dungeon added 7.1 using 4K resolution. Get punished for having a good GPU. An issue where in custom conflict guard does not negate. Oh no! PvP's already scuffed. Oh no! Oh no! Oh my god, these first 2 weeks of PvP are just gonna be a nightmare. Guard just doesn't work on Cloud9, Clockwork Castle Town, or Red Sands. That's half the Crystalline Conflict maps, and Guard doesn't work for any kind of knockback. Whoops. We asked players refrain from strategically exploiting the issue. They're gonna do it. Look, I'm willing to be a nice enough guy not to exploit it. But I know how PvP works. If they can find a way to get through the gate early, they'll do it. We need more water. When using the White Mage skill Miracle of Nature, yada yada. I should actually probably stop reading these because these are all issue in subclass versions where in the amount sector. Oh, ooh. Well, materials gotten from new sectors is going to be lower than expected. Well, I mean, it is what it is. Subs already feel like cheating, so I'm not going to be too angry about it. And in the grand scheme of things, I mean, we're these first 2 weeks, we're going to be focused on just gaining levels and just unlocking all the new areas anyway. The stuff we get in the meantime is just kind of icing on the cake, so it's kind of whatever. Nishiura and status effects are not displayed in the spearfishing window. Yada yada. Anything else that stands out? Other minor text issues. Were some of these minor text issues in the patch notes themselves? Anyway, that's all the patch notes. I went way longer than I wanted to, but these are massive. And this is excluding the two big ones. The job changes and the PvP changes, and there are a lot of them. So I'm gonna wrap this up and get to that next. Thank you so much for watching, and if you liked, give it a like, subscribe. I don't know how you got through all of this. I didn't even want to record all of this, but we have to keep going. Take care. Have a good day. Bye-bye.